happening? You know what it is. BSG, Black Star Guidance. You know who it is. Black Star. Thank y'all for coming back. Hope all is well. It's a nice day out, but it's not sunny as normal. But it's still a nice day though, you know. Keep that mentality. Every day above ground is a good day. Feel me? Anywho though, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Helps me out. Get me in this YouTube algorithm. And also, if you want to, you can follow me on my socials. My IG is at Black Star Guidance. Also, my private, or not my private, my personal page is at CEEOH_BSP. That's Instagram and TikTok. Anywho, just want to touch base with y'all again, you know, as I do. Gonna keep with the lighter tone of things, but of course, you know, never take away from the importance of what I'm trying to convey to y'all. And today's message is just talking about fear. Talking about fear, the effects of fear, and, you know, where fear is blocking you in your life, and, you know, kind of giving you guys a little something of, again, you know how I do. I'm gonna give you a little, some tidbits of, you know, examples from my path, my walk and whatnot, and, you know, try and correlate and give you some practical use shit, you know. So, you know, fear is something that, you know, no matter what you do in life, there's always gonna be some sort of fear, whether it's a big fear, whether it's a small fear. You know, you just, you know, afraid of this interview, you know, you're afraid to go around the corner, you're afraid to leave a situation, you know what I mean? There's so many things that create fear. And the main key in fear that, you know, I look at is just, you know, the unknown. You not knowing what's on the other side of whatever decision, whatever choice, whatever, you know, whatever that situation is presenting you that you're afraid of. But, you know, through life, for me, and, you know, conquering some of my fears and, you know, facing them head on, like, you grow to understand that the things that you're afraid of, like, once you push through them, there was nothing to be afraid of on the other side. It was just, you know, again, those self-limiting beliefs that, you know, you placed upon yourself that, you know, you had help with, of course, but, you know, we're just gonna keep it just at what you placed on yourself. And once you understand just very that, it kind of, it's never going to be where you're not afraid of anything. That's just, you know, life. That's the life challenges that, you know, comes your way. You know, you're gonna be afraid of things because it's meant for you to, you know, push yourself. Like, I've seen on the internet, like, fear broken down into an acronym, and being broken down in two different ways of an acronym. The first one is forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And, you know, when you really think about that, when you really take that acronym serious and you break it down and you apply that acronym in your life and really take into consideration the first one, forget everything and run. What are you running from in your life? What have you run from in your life? What is this? What situation or what opportunity or what, you know, whatever within this situation is making you feel like you need to run, you know? And you begin to look at things and you begin to understand that it's only stopping you. It's only blocking you from getting to where you want to get to. So then you look at the other one and you face everything and rise, you know? Like, for me personally, there's there's been a lot of things that, you know, I've dealt with just in regards to fear, you know, like I've expressed. I went through a family separation. I've got children and whatnot, and one of my fears was just that, you know, I didn't want to leave my children, you know. What would this be? What would this be? What would this, you know, like overthinking the situation and putting so many extra dynamics on the situation that, you know, don't necessarily need to be there, but it's based off of just, you know, fear. And you subjecting yourself to things that, you know, maybe you're not supposed to, or being exposed to things that, you know, you don't want your kids to be exposed to, all because of the comfortability and the fear of, you know, change. You know, fear of change is real. When you're used to doing something for so long, you know what I mean, you get comfortable, you get complacent in just knowing that there's familiarity. You know, there's always going to be that air quote safety net that, you know, you have no matter what. But within doing that, it's like you don't really grow, you know, you don't move forward, and it kind of puts you in a situation where you create that stagnated energy, of course, but it's like, as opposed to even you just staying the same within that situation, it puts you in a dynamic where you have to really make a choice of, are you going to rise, or are you going to let this situation bring you back, set you back? Because you're not going to stay at the same level. You're going to go backwards even further. And change is hard. And if you're afraid to adapt and accept the things that you can't control around you, you know what I mean, and make the changes within yourself that you want to, those things are very hard. You know, those things are very hard to overcome. And, you know, for me, it was very hard. I had a real tough adjustment period with, you know, not being around my children like I was, not being in some form of a relationship, and, you know, me being where I am now in my life and being single for as long as I've been, like, you know, it gives you time to look at stuff and think about stuff. And in so many ways, some of the things that, you know, again, I stood and stayed around for was just based off of fear, you know, fear of the change, fear of, is there something, do I deserve something more? Is there something more deserving out there for me? Or is this exactly what I deserve? And, you know, that creates, a cycle of fear, to where you create stagnated energy, and you're stuck in that fear. You're crippled within that fear. And, you know, essentially, life will pass you by, man. Life can pass you by being in a state of fear and not being willing to challenge yourself. Because that's, you know, to me, the key in fear. You know, it's challenging you. It's challenging you on some type of level to expand, you know, to grow, to push yourself beyond your limits, to find out that, you know, the limits that you set upon yourself are exactly that. They're limits, and you're limitless. Whatever you want to put your mind to and fully dedicate and commit your energy to, you can achieve it. You can really make it happen. But you have to understand that fear is, you know, something that you can't feed into. You know, just with what things are going on in the world, you know, this has created, you know, just a lot of fear within people itself. You know, I'm not going to get into detail about that, because I'm not really the political type at all, like whatsoever. But just, you know, the things that are taking place right now, it's creating a lot of fear in people. It's creating a lot of, you know, unknown, you know, worry, stress, strife, you know, rightfully so. You know, it's a lot that's going on. It's a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people going without, a lot of businesses going without, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And that's pretty much the main basis and point of the whole, what's going on is to create fear. And the more we feed off of fear, the more we let this fear consume us, the more we're going to create scenarios that, we're fearful of. The more we're going to live in fear and pretty much confide ourselves to what we're afraid of, be slaves to what we're afraid of, as opposed to challenging ourselves and pushing ourselves. By no way, shape, or form am I saying anything of the sort, as far as going against the bylaws and the standards of wearing your mask and all that. I want to make that clear. I'm just saying the mentality of, just what's going on right now. The whole mentality is just, it's creating a fear in the masses, which again is, something that we can all overcome, because even with this pandemic going on, it still takes us all to be aware and understand that, things happen for a reason, and it's time for us to, number one, join together as a whole. It's not about what color we are. We all got souls. We all got souls. We all bleed. We all got hearts. We all got internal organs. No one's better than anyone. And that's, again, something that has been done to us because of fearing that we will find out that we have a lot more in common than, what's been put out there. Like, it's a crazy yet deep dynamic, and the aspects in which fear plays in our everyday lives. Like, seriously, it takes a great amount of energy to walk around, fearless. It takes a great amount of energy to push yourself. Those people that go chase their dreams, man, and stop at nothing, and have had troubled pasts, and slept in cars and this, that, or the third. They kept going, because they were fearless. They were like, okay, I'm already here. I'm already, that goes back to me saying, if you going through hell, why would you stop in hell? I'm not gonna stop in hell. If I stop in hell, then I'm gonna be stuck here. I don't want to be stuck here. I want to keep going. And you'll keep going because of that. And that's what drove me in, expressing, just creating this platform, just, being able to express myself, as well as create an environment for you to feel like you could express yourself, whether you want to, comment, email, etc., or just, you're just here to inspire the change within your life, to where, even if you're not having physical conversations with me, you found someone else that's like-minded within your area that you actually have grasp of, or, whatever, and you're communicating with them. That's the whole point, and, necessity and need for this, to create a platform and an understanding, and let everybody know that you can do and be more than what everybody tells you, more than even what you thought of yourself. Maybe you've had some low expectations of yourself and low standards of yourself based off, again, fearing that you could be great, fearing that you could be better than what someone said you were. And, I've been there. I've personally been there. I've personally feared, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong with walking away from people? What if I'm wrong with what I think, what if I'm wrong with this? What if I'm wrong with, this way? And the only way you can really truly know which way you're going is if you follow your heart and you connect it to, whatever you connect to. And you praying and you asking for your guidance, so that you can, kind of have some, or not even kind of, you get peace of mind, you get confirmation in the choices and the decisions that you make to kind of help alleviate that fear, you know, because again, that fear will keep you in a state of not doing anything. And then you're harming yourself and you're going backwards because you're not making a decision to go anywhere. And you're staying, and again, because you're staying, now you're putting yourself further in a rut as opposed to you making progress. That's unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy for anybody, let alone, you know, someone who is really trying and, you know, really want to make the change. It'll be all right. You know, you just got to believe. You got to push past the fear of, you know, the unknown. You got to push past the fear of what everybody else is going to think. As long as you being true and sincere to who you are, as long as you're, again, operating in a state of compassion, operating in a state of caring about others or caring about the decisions that you make that impact others, but still doing what's best for you to the core. And as long as you're doing that, man, you know, walk in faith. Have no fear. Have no fear. Walk in faith. Believe in you. Believe in yourself. Believe that you have a greater destiny, a greater purpose than, you know, letting things conquer you, letting things stop you that, you know, were only merely meant to help grow you. I love y'all. Y'all think about that. You know what I do. You know how I do it. Just think about that, though. Chew on that. Sleep on that. Fear. Let it go. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Trust. Peace.